The Future is Wild, the Evolution game. Planned to be released in mid to late 2015, this multiplayer mobile game was a pretty interesting project. It was developed by Sandbreeze alongside other projects related to the franchise. It all started with a 2002 TV documentary series that took place over 3 different time periods. The show would explore different futuristic ecosystems to imagine what life would be like then. Its success would lead to other projects like a 2007 animated series, books, exhibitions, and games. The previously mentioned app would allow you to control creatures from the show, like the Mega Squid, the Desert Hopper, Ocean Flish, Swampus, and the common Silver Swimmer. And the game would even allow you to develop your own set of creatures. It sounded ambitious, yet just never came to light. No clue why, but similar apps have come out since. Mainly a certain Pokemon game nobody shut up about at the time.
Toca Helicopter-Taxi. Pretty much a kiddie game with an interesting company at the helm. This app was developed by a Swedish company named Toca Boca, which was founded in 2005. They are now owned by Spin Master and make a plethora of games you can find on the App Store, and Toca Helicopter-Taxi happens to be their first, releasing in March of 2011. The app actually received positive reception at the time for the unique gameplay. The app would allow you to pilot a helicopter using your phone's cameras to make it appear as if you were actually there. You would pick up these weird-looking passengers with some pretty decent augmented reality, but despite the response, Toca Boca removed the app on October 13, 2011, due to decreased popularity. And over the past decade, all that can be found are several screenshots and a trailer of the app, which was uploaded to YouTube.
Zoobe. Fully released on November 15, 2012, this was a meme-worthy app with a decent functionality to it. The app would allow you to record 30-second voice messages and sync it with any available character you choose. You would even be able to share it across the app and show it off on other platforms like Facebook. Shortly after the release, Zoobe actually split into 2 versions, a kid-friendly one called Zoobe Cam Pets and a more mature version called Zoobe Cam Eve, the latter of which refers to Adam and Eve for some reason. Eventually though, the app ditched the cam part to the name and merged it to the main app we're talking about. It actually had some pretty impressive IPs on it, like the Smurfs, Paddington, Ryu from Street Fighter, Slimer, that sloth guy from Ice Age, Pac-Man, Mavis.
Zoobe, you are losing my daughter.
Man, oh man, I am so thirsty for some goth girls.
Hillary Clinton, and even Donald Trump. The app was around quite a while up until April 2017. One day, the app servers just shut down. The website's main page was replaced with a thank you message, and the rest of its social media presence was wiped. The main theory to why this happened is most likely due to the cost of running it. I mean, if all those IPs, running Zoobe must have been expensive. The files for the Android version were found, but attempts to open the app leads to errors relating to slow connection.
Pokémate. Released by Square Enix in 2006 as a Japan exclusive, this game focused more on taking care of your Pokemon than using them to kill each other. It was pretty much a Nintendo-branded pet simulation game that also allowed you to message other players in a vein similar to email. You would start out with 10 Pokeballs and a random pocket monster to start out with, unless you got the formal service edition, which you had to pay for. Things never change. Even though the game was only released in Japan, Pokémate was expected to also release in other countries, even being shown off at E3. But this never happened, since the game shut down in Japan by 2008. It just wasn't popular there, so most likely it wouldn't have been popular here. The usual screenshots you'd expect are floating around though.
Meet or Die. We first heard about this project from a trailer released on August 23, 2011 by the official YouTube channel. The game would have been about 2 dinosaurs named Gons and Yawns who attempted to find meat in each level. They would face off against enemies like birds, porcupines, moles, pigs, and several mini-bosses like this brontosaur. You would even be able to defeat these enemies using various projectiles, mainly just cooking items. At the end of each level, the player's score would be shown in comparison to the others in order to achieve the overall high score of the game. Meet or Die is actually based off a web series produced by a Japanese animation studio Bonus Company back in 2009. It is seemingly dubbed by 4Kids Entertainment, so speak of that as you will. Also, it aired on the Service Nintendo Video from 2011 to 2015. Besides the trailer, we don't have any more material from it. Not even the official website mentions it, so I guess it was just quietly cancelled.
Interactive Buddy 2. The description on the website reads as follows. The sequel to the popular sandbox game Interactive Buddy. Interact with your virtual buddy as you edit his environment with various tools and items. The game features a ton of items, but most of them must be purchased before they can be used. You earn money by hurting your buddy, so don't be afraid to play rough with him. Yeah, that last part needs an edit, guys. The demo was available on the App Store starting on the 17th of December 2012, and the last update was made a year later. The app shut down in 2018 with no other updates coming out. The original came out online in 2004 by the developer Shock Value. That's the main info I found, along with some videos posted online by the official YouTube channel.
BravoMan Binja Bash. Developed by Hyptic Games and published by Bandai Namco in August of 2013, this 2D platformer based on a webcomic and webtoon series. It's your standard fare, in-game currency, unlockables, and adventure. During its release, YouTuber TouchPlay Games uploaded a playthrough trailer of it, which was removed and later re-uploaded by various others. In March of 2014, Shiftlooks shut down the app after the brand was no longer needed to them. And after that, the most that could be found were screenshots and promotional images. It was allegedly available through the direct APK download via the APKDL website though. On September 5th, 2020, Lost Media Wiki user Twitch was able to obtain the OBB files of BravoMan, along with aforementioned APK files. It's available on archive.org, yet is still unavailable due to the server shutting down.
Periscope. Released in March 2015, this was a Russian streaming app owned by Twitter. It was mainly able to livestream users via their phones, which was much more unique at the time, but over the years this quickly became obsolete. A year later, Facebook started heavily advertising their own live streaming capabilities, which took away much of the market for Periscope. And even worse, Twitter themselves gave the ability to livestream in December 2016, but Periscope still stuck around. But things got even worse due to various copyright-related controversies. Events like the pay-per-view Floyd v. Mayweather fight, the Season 5 premiere for Game of Thrones, and some NFL games were being illegally streamed on there. Periscope did take actions against them. However, in December 2020, it was announced that the service would be removed, since mostly all of the features had been implemented into Twitter. And as of March 2021, only the website remains, which contained much of its public archive. Users are also able to download their data from it via Twitter.
Quibi. Poor Jeffrey Katzenberg. This guy invested $1.75 billion on the streaming service, and it didn't even last a year. It launched on April 6, 2020 with a new original shows that fully took the idea of mobile viewing. You were able to watch shows via a 16:9 ratio or the complete opposite, and since apparently newer generations have a shorter attention span, these shows have a running time of 10 minutes or less, in bite-sized portions. A few of these shows were critically acclaimed, but others fell flat, such as Game Show, Chrissy's Court, a reboot of Punk'd, and Dummy. The last show was literally about Anna Kendrick becoming friends with her boyfriend's sex doll. What the actual hell? Despite what some have said, Quibi did somewhat well when it came out, but COVID along with the drop in interest by consumers led it to losing subscribers. By October, it already had been announced that the service would be shut down, which happened on December 1st, 2020, which is really pathetic. A lot of the content on their website has since moved over to the media company Roku.
Call Blaze and the Monster Machines. To me, this is the most bizarre case on the list. Obviously, there are a ton of fake knockoffs on the App Store. Most of them are goofy and tend not to do any sort of harm except for maybe making you cringe. But this one is different. An app based on some shitty Nick Jr. show, which happened to be downloaded by quite a few people. It would allow you to call Blaze or whoever else from the show, but instead of it being a happy, childlike character, it was whatever this is. A demonic, creepy bastard who wants to maim children.
Hi kids, I'm your new friend. Happy, slappy, whatever you want me to be called. You see, I want to play with you, kiddo. Maybe we could perform some fun games together. What's this, hogwash? You look afraid. Is it this knife in my whirly-turly hands? Making you a little nervous, huh? That's all right, 'cause this knife is gonna improve your look when it's sticking right out of you.
After news spread about this, it was quickly banned from the App Store by Google themselves.
Jurassic Park Builder. I want to end this video with a game I played when I was younger. Released on July 23rd, 2012, I began playing it a year later. I wasn't that good at it, but it fills me with much nostalgia. The game progressed in a way that allowed you to unlock stronger and stronger creatures, which you can display and use in battle. These battle stages evolved into a second mode where you can compete in tournaments of other players. It was a unique and customizable game that expanded with further updates, which kept it fresh. You were also able to make an aquatic and glacier park based on other phases of extinct biology. You had so many cool creatures to get, like the classic T-Rex, Pteranodon, Stegosaurus, Dilophosaurus, Elasmosaurus, Megalodon, Archelon, Titanoboa, Smilodon, and more. The only reason it slightly declined in popularity was because a sequel came out in April 2015, based on Jurassic World. I happen to still play that game, and it's honestly better in every possible way. Due to this and the lack of funds to keep it up, servers were shut down on March 30th, 2020. But many are working on ways to revive the game, with new updates on the adventure still coming out every now and then. So hopefully we'll be seeing the return of Jurassic Park Builder.